Today I want to talk about the most important organ that we have, our brain. It is very important for our health, for our vitality, and we need to learn how to keep it healthy and keep it working well throughout our life, because it's really a financial crisis in most countries around the world right now, because when we get dementia, and dementia is a form of like cancer. Cancer is a broad name for any form of cancer. There's lots of different types of cancer. Dementia is a form of, like, there's Alzheimer's, there's different types of dementia, but dementia is a broad name for it. It's where you start losing your mental capacity. And it really affects people all over the world. In Great Britain, they recently came out with a journal talking about it's probably their most expensive healthcare problem right now, because it's just so expensive to treat people that have dementia, because it's just very costly. And it's also very painful emotionally for family members that have to deal with it. My mother and my grandmother both died of it. I mean, they had it for several years, and it really affected their life and the people around them. And so it's a very painful disease that can really affect lots and lots of people. So how can you keep your brain healthy throughout your life? And there really are things that you can do. The first thing that studies have shown is that exercise, cardiovascular exercise, is really healthy for your brain. So do things that get that heart of yours beating. Get it, going for walks, going to the pool, things that get your heart up and running. That's excellent for your brain. The next thing you can do is what I call mind games that you don't normally do. And what I mean by that is, if you do crossword puzzles all the time, that's good, but it's better to do something that you don't normally do. Studies have shown that the best thing to help your brain is learning new things that you don't normally do. So picking up a language, if you don't like computers, learning about computers, doing something that makes your mind think differently than it normally does. For example, medical doctors, who obviously are very intelligent, they get dementia, quite often, as much as the general population, because once they learn their skill, they do the same thing all day long. But college professors that are researching and learning new things get it at a much lower level, because they're learning new things constantly throughout their life. So this brain is like a muscle. Use it. Don't just sit back and watch things that don't activate your brain. Our show could actually be good for your brain, because you're learning new things. Our guests are teaching you new things. We are teaching you new things. You can really activate your brain to keep it healthy. But use your brain. See it as a muscle. Another thing that really helps is what you eat, because what you eat goes to your brain, and you probably can guess what some of those things are. Bright colored fruits and vegetables are really good for your brain. The healthy oils are good for your brain. Fish oil, salmon, many of us have heard that. Just foods that are good for you are good for your brain. A Mediterranean diet tends to be very good for your brain. So eat well, because it will take care of your brain and keep you healthy. And I think most importantly, what you need to do, and which is really healthy, is just being committed to keeping this thing healthy. Because if you don't take care of it, it will dissipate. And if you don't take time for your brain, it will get out of shape. Just like your body, if you don't take time to physically be fit, you'll get out of shape. If you don't take time to be mentally fit throughout your life, you will get out of shape. But if you take time for it, and I've known my teachers, 3 of my teachers lived to be 70, 80, and 90. They all were lucid to the day they died, because they all actively used their brain to the day they died. Use your brain, stay healthy, and stay fit. Peace.
This week's first question comes to us from Rick C. in Miami, Florida. Lately, I've been drinking every night to unwind. It's gotten to the point where I have to drink in order to feel sane. Am I an alcoholic? Please help me.
Well, Rick, I want to first commend you for even asking the question, because I think what happens with a lot of people when they struggle with any form of addiction, it's hard to admit that I'm struggling with something, because there's often a lot of shame and guilt involved with that, which unfortunately keeps you from looking at what's happening inside of me. But you can't fix something until you first acknowledge what is happening. So let's start with, if we can, Rick, what's happening in your life right now? If you're needing every night to come home and have a drink to unwind, to relax, to feel better, ask yourself, why? What's happening in my life right now that I'm needing to drink for? Because drinking, really, when it becomes a problem, it's a problem when you need your drink to fix a problem. When you don't want to feel a problem, so your way to fix that problem is to drink. And that's really the key to know if you're struggling with something. If you need this because you have a problem, and alcohol is helping you fix that problem. Unfortunately, alcohol is like any painkiller. You shoot a painkiller into a bad cut, it will not heal that cut. It will just take away the pain. And alcohol really works the same way. So the most important question to ask yourself in a very non-judgmental way, saying, is there something right now, or is there something in my past that's bothering me? You may have had something happen to you 20 years ago that is finally surfacing. Your parent may have died recently, and that may be surfacing. You may not be not liking something in your work that's surfacing. You may be struggling with something in your relationships. It could be a plethora of things, but the important thing to do is not to judge yourself and to look, okay, what's bothering me? And then once you discover what's bothering you, start working towards fixing it, making it better. What can you do? Taking small steps to improve upon what's bothering you. Because even if you do determine that, yes, I struggle with alcohol, you will not be able to stop that really well unless you fix the problem that alcohol is serving for. Alcohol is there to keep pain away. You got to address the pain. I think a lot of people may quit drinking, but if they don't address the pain, then the problem stays. So really start with focusing on what's bothering me, and start working towards fixing that. There are many ways. I think one of the best ways is our book, Anger Work, How to Express Your Anger and Still Be Kind. That's about healing. So take a look at that, and then you can do something else.
I think it's really important to acknowledge what's causing you to have stress in the first place, because the thing is with alcoholism is sometimes it can kind of sneak up on you. What you're starting off to have a drink maybe one night a week turns into 2 nights a week, 3 nights a week, and before you know it, you're needing more and more alcohol to kind of numb out that pain. So it is important to get help, and don't be afraid to reach out. And I'm really proud of you for asking us this question. Hopefully this can be the first step for you. There's a lot of organizations out there that can help you. You can go to a therapist and get help. You can go join a program. There's Alcoholics Anonymous that's there. It's a bunch of people who have struggled themselves with alcoholism and are all coming together to heal. So I encourage you to search for ways to heal and find new ways to deal with your stress, such as meditation, exercise, talking about your problems, maybe changing jobs, or be paying attention to who you're hanging around with, because if you're hanging around people who are drinking all the time, that's something to pay attention to.
Rick, thank you for sharing your question, because a lot of people do struggle with that and wonder. And if you are one of those people, again, approach yourself with kindness, or if you know someone is struggling, approach them with kindness. But look to say, what can we do to reduce the stress, like Elizabeth said, and heal the pain?
We do wish you all the best on your path towards growth, happiness, and health. Thank you.